Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jeff Burr with A Tattooed Spirit. Congratulations on finishing all of the videos. Hopefully you enjoyed all the videos on the wands. We talked about cards, the ace through the 10 of that activities, the doings of your life with the wands. Now we're going to talk about the driving force of what makes those activities most beneficial to you, and that has everything to do with your feeling states. Anyone who's a fan of the law of attraction understands how important it is your emotional state going into an activity or hoping for something in which you set the intention. The feelings in which you set that intention have everything to do with the result. Now, I don't want to get off on a tangent about quantum physics, but anyone who's interested in this new science, the idea of non-locality and the idea of seeing an end result depending on what you hope and what you expect and what you intend to witness, that has everything to do with the conscious state of your feelings and that unseen, very, very passive power. And this is a really important point. We're going to get into this wonderful visual aid that we had talked about in just a second. But remember how we had just talked about all of the wands and the activities and the doings and how that was the element, how we compared it to fire. Now, if you're doing all of these activities, all of these fires in your life, there's one way to make that tame. There's one way to make that calm. There's one way to control those activities to give it a better effect towards you, and that's to add a little bit of water to them. That's the wonderful dynamic of talking about this elemental system that we're talking about. You can see how the wands that we talked about are tempered by all of these different cards that we're going to be getting into with the cups, the feelings, the emotions, okay? This Ace of Wands obviously is the very first of the suit. And we're going to be talking hopefully in just a minute about the theme of water in general as far as the entire tarot deck. There's quite a few cards in the major arcana that we had first talked about with just all being set up. And actually I pulled out a couple cards. We'll talk about those hopefully in a couple minutes if I don't forget. And the idea that the unconscious is within this fluid matter of emotions and knowledge and passivity. And cups represents intuition. It has to do with everything passive, everything fluid. Kind of like whenever you look at a hot rod or you look at your motorcycle or your car, it's not going anywhere effectively unless there's gasoline in it, unless you add that fluid in there. That's how I want you to look at the element of water and the element of cups moving forward, is that it's the driving force, where at first you can look at a cup of gasoline and just say that's not doing much, but you need that gasoline to put inside your motor to get those gears cranking and get things going for yourself. That's how powerful this passive additive to this triad that we talked about. Remember, hopefully we're going to keep revisiting this. The earth, the life that you find yourself being in is a combination of what we just did, all of your actions, hopefully flavored and hopefully fueled by the feelings around those actions and your expectations to end results and goals. This is the very first card of this suit, where we're going to be talking about how important your feelings are. Right side up, it just means good feelings. It means overflowing with this thing that is untouchable, but yet it is so, so powerful. Think of the Grand Canyon, how just water trickling down a simple stream could form the Grand Canyon. That's how powerful your feelings are, your emotional states are. You know, here, let's just do this first. This represents, whenever it presents for you, just kind of bad feelings, just not positive, not productive feelings that just don't serve you in your life. And then depending on the cards around you, depending on the wands, depending on the swords around that, depending on the feelings of what you're thinking, the feelings of what you're doing, that's going to end, in a result for yourself. So as far as using this card in a spread, if it comes up like this, this is like the rebirth of a new way of feeling. If it comes in here, it's identifying that it's as a loving reminder that you are feeling not good about a particular avenue of your life, probably that in which you chose to inquire about through your reading. and to look at the other cards. But again, as you being psychic or intuitive, you're going to know what you're not feeling about, or not feeling good about, whenever you happen to see the Ace of Cups reversed. This is also an introduction, like I said, to the suit and the element of water and cups. Let's revisit the cards that we already know, okay? This is the High Priestess. We're not really talking the numerology right now. We're just talking the theme of water, the theme of all the knowledge of the unconscious within your subconscious you have access to behind her in the veil, where you just sit and you quietly listen to what is the water, what her dress flows into as far as it already being a part of you, but just quieting down, using your intuition, and then feeling which way you should be directing your thoughts and your actions for different results. This wonderful, most very, very peaceful card of the star, it's all about water, about resting on that water, about being half in the land, half in the world, and half completely balanced on that aspect of yourself that is the water, that is the feeling, that is the entire suit of cups. There's all these different cards. I'm going to here. Do you remember this pair? Do you remember this pair, the Empress and the Emperor? We sort of have like with the Empress, she's all about passion, she's all about nature, she's all about the feeling states within a situation within yourself. And then there's a lot more water. Actually, the water features actually featured next to her. That's how important it is for this stage. And with the Emperor, remember this, the rule of law, society, those things that guide you by saying this, very concrete, very cut and dry, it still plays a part. There's a little stream of water down there under the Emperor card. So I'll allow you, this is another big one here, the Temperance card, using your feelings, using your unconscious, using the quiet experiences of the cups, using this formless additive that this cups water adds to your life by fueling your activities with feeling and emotion. That's how important this entire suit of cups is going to be. Next card, we're going to get into, obviously, the Two of Cups and how that's nice to meet a different aspect of yourself, how that's any sort of union. We're going to be talking about the Two of Cups next. But for now, just know that cups are about your feelings. And either things are all good or you're being pointed to look for where you're not feeling good. And the other cards around, or like I said, you're probably going to know. And in just a minute, you're going to know all about the Two of Cups. I'll see you in a second.